I'm excited to provide another case study, this one, rapid decarbonization on a college campus. Beth Hooker is the Director of Sustainability at Smith College, my alma mater. She's also Director of the Center for Environment, Ecological Design, and Sustainability. Please welcome to the stage Beth Hooker from Smith.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever anybody is from. I am just delighted to be here to talk to you all today. I'm Beth Hooker, and I am going to talk about some innovations in becoming carbon neutral at Smith College. For those of you who don't know about Smith College, it is a private liberal arts college located in Northampton, Massachusetts. It was founded in 1871, and it's a historically women's college and still educates women today. Today I'm going to focus on some key aspects of our journey towards carbon neutrality, and one is the importance of institutional support. The second is understanding the historical context and challenges, and then I'll talk a little bit about next steps. All this is nested in thinking through what we've been hearing and learning from all the people yesterday and today, and I'm just so inspired to be here and have thought of many different ways to make connections. So Smith has been long committed to becoming carbon neutral, and my colleague Joanne Bankley has been part of this all along the way. And notably, as Amy just mentioned, Amy has provided guidance and support as a valued member of our advisory council at the Center for the Environment, Ecological Design, and Sustainability at Smith. So again, I don't think I need to set the context for why this is so important. But what we have is our Board of Trustees has endorsed this statement on climate change, calling for ambitious, multifaceted plans of action. In 2007, Smith signed the Presidential Climate Commitment as one of the first institutions of higher ed to join with Second Nature. And over the past 14 years, we, and I use the royal we because I've just joined Smith in January of this year, have completed successive rounds of climate action planning. And in 2018, a study group on climate change provided a wide range of ways in which the college could respond to climate change, which included through the curriculum, research, our investments, and our operations. Reducing carbon from our campus energy system was picked up by a trustee-led working group that has been working for the past year and a half to refine our plans to transform our campus to meet our goals by 2030. Our work is nested in the city of Northampton that has a goal to be carbon neutral by 2050, and Smith represents 10% of the carbon emissions of the city and is aligned with a massed similar goal. So over the past decade and a half, Smith has tracked all of the emissions that result from our operations. As it turns out, and not surprisingly, the heating, cooling, and electricity that we provide to our buildings is the vast majority of those emissions. That's why we focus this aspect of our effort specifically on campus energy, and electrifying our campus will result in a substantial 90% reduction in carbon emissions. That's a lot. As you can see here, we have a wide range of building types and ages, from one of the oldest buildings in the region dating to 1710, to our most recently reimagined and rebuilt building, the Nielsen Library, pictured in the lower left, which was designed by architect Maya Lin, who set out to create, quote, a glowing hub central to the hub that revitalizes the center of campus. The present-day campus as a whole serves as an architectural garden with styles ranging from colonial to Greek revival to Victorian and to Neo-Georgian. We have a number of modern buildings, including an art museum with a collection of more than 27,000 objects representing the diversity of art and material culture across periods and geographies. So not only do we have a museum and its collections representing significant and distinct challenges in conditioning and humidification, we also have a library with an archival collection with similar needs, and we have over 125 individual buildings representing a vast array of types and ages. So I see us as sort of like a little mini city and a model for others. This is not the first time in history that Smith has embarked upon a substantial and extensive transformation in energy systems. As part of the process to bring the Board of Trustees along with its new transformation to addressing carbon neutrality on site, we looked back to the past for guidance and inspiration. In 1947, the college made a crucial decision to centralize the campus energy system from individual coal or wood-fired burners in buildings to a centralized fossil fuel-powered boiler plant that has been in place for more than 70 years. It distributes steam across the campus through a closed-loop distribution system. Give me a second. As part of the students' research, students consulted historic campus plans and went through archives to identify buildings and estimate square footage involved in this transformation. Notably, they were able to make a compelling cost comparison to the Board of Trustees on a square foot basis to bolster the case for this 21st century transformation. Students further were able to gain access to the Board of Trustees minutes from 1945 to further document the financial savings. In general, if the college is willing to spend between $1 and $1.5 million on a new heating plant and improvements in electrical distribution, they can make savings from $60,000 to $80,000 a year. We, of course, have made a life cycle cost analysis for our new system, which has substantial cost savings compared to continuing with our business as usual. But perhaps more compelling were the environmental reasons that were central to the decision of over 3/4 of a century ago. Not only would this new system eliminate daily truck delivery of coal and wood to individual buildings, it would also eliminate smoke from separate plants and reduce dirt and grime in the buildings, which no doubt has significant environmental health effects. Finally, through this centralization, the campus was able to move forward with a modern and more efficient and much safer energy system. Oh my gosh, thank you. Our new geothermal energy system, our project, which was approved by the Board of Trustees in April and started just last Monday, will not involve digging trenches by hand like they did in 1946. However, it will result in a lot of disruptions that are necessary to make this important transformation. Over the next 6 years, we will convert our current fossil fuel system on campus to one that uses electricity, and then getting that electricity from zero carbon sources like solar and wind. It will, in our case, help us renew critical infrastructure, and ultimately it will lower and stabilize the cost of operating the college. We will have to purchase offsets to get to carbon neutrality, but that will be our final option, and have learned about a lot of great opportunities here today. So back to the present. Once completed, we'll have 3 standalone systems, each with their own geofields, energy centers, with heat pumps and distributed heat and cooling systems. In the geothermal fields, we will move hot and cold energy out of the ground and push it into the energy centers and then distribute it into those 145 individual buildings. Finally, we'll convert the heating and cooling distribution in many of our buildings. The photo on the left is a historic coal distribution tunnel, and it will be reactivated as part of this project, housing one of the energy centers and associated distribution systems. And as part of additional research that we have done around this project, we learned that parts of this system date to the 1890s. What is old is new again. So these systems will be electrified, and a large part of our next steps will be to identify additional sources of renewable electricity. Smith currently purchases 30% of our electricity from a utility-scale solar array, which was part of a collaborative approach with Williams, Amherst, Hampshire, and Bowdoin colleges, one of the first of its kind. And in closing, this is a campus that was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted with a landscape master plan in 1893, and an active botanic garden with extensive collections. We have to be mindful of visual impacts, and so once installed and re-landscaped, this is what our geofields will look like. Thank you very much for your time today, and I look forward to continuing conversations with you.